What is up, guys? It is DMG here, and today we're going to be going over the instructions for the 4-2-3-1 narrow. So it is going to be the one with 3 center attacking mids instead of 1 center attacking mid and then a left and right mid. So after the patch, this is becoming one of the most overpowered formations in the game. In fact, it actually was a very overpowered formation before the patch, but afterwards, it is a meta formation. It's one of the best ones, if not like the go-to formation for a lot of people. So that's why I'm going to do some instructions over it. And also it is the formation I've been using a lot lately, especially with this team as well. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to go over the instructions and the tactics for the 4-2-3-1 narrow formation. So starting out with the center backs, you know, it's just going to be on the default settings. We never really change these. Stay back while attacking, normal interceptions. And then for the left and right backs, it is going to be on stay back while attacking. Just the normal stuff that we normally do. We never really change anything. We always have them on stay back while attacking, and this one is going to be no different. So both left and right backs on stay back while attacking. Now for the defensive mids, I have them both on stay back while attacking because you guys know, I've mentioned this before, defensive mids and center mids, they're going to be going forward like always. Like they're never going to 100% stay back. So I always have them on stay back while attacking, so then they try to stay back more often. Even though I have them on stay back while attacking, they still will go forward sometimes, right? It's not going to completely prevent them from going forward or anything. So I have them on stay back while attacking, so then they hopefully at least stay back more often. Now, I actually have both of them on different things for defensive behavior. So for Goretzka, I have him on cut passing lanes, and then for Bakayoko, I have him on man mark. Now, initially, I did have them both on man mark, and I actually wasn't really enjoying it that well. They were sitting too far ahead of the center backs, I felt like. One of my viewers, when I was streaming one time, mentioned to put it on cut passing lanes, and it's a lot better. I did try that for a couple games, both of them on cut passing lanes, and it was a little bit better, but I just felt like it was still, you know, it was lacking something. So I put Bakayoko on man mark, and then I put Goretzka on cut passing lanes. Now, I put Goretzka on cut passing lanes because he's faster, so he's hopefully able to make those interceptions a little bit more, you know, easily. So, you know, that one's a little bit easier to explain. And also what I've noticed, and this also might be because of his high work rates, his high defensive work rates especially. If one of the center backs gets beaten, Goretzka just comes sprinting back and just tackles one of the guys, or at least is trying to make an effort to get there. And again, that might be because the high defensive work rates, but it also might be because of the cut passing lanes. So I'm not sure which one it is. Now for Bakayoko on man mark, he has medium work rates, and there are a lot of times where it's very apparent. So I want him to be on man mark, so then he's just basically just kind of roaming that area. Basically, I just want him to be roaming that area because, again, medium work rates, it's very apparent that he doesn't run back very often. So I'd rather just have him kind of be in a certain area so then I know where he is, right? Just kind of roaming that area and just kind of marking whoever's kind of there. And then if need be, I can switch to him and I can drag him back and try to make a tackle. Now on to the center attacking mids and the striker. For the central center attacking mid, I have him on default everything. Everything is on balanced. I tried doing it on stay forward initially, but there were times where he would just sprint forward and basically play as like a second striker. Not even a second striker, he would just take over the spot where Jesus was. It would be very frustrating, right? And there are times where he does that even on basic defense support. Just on the default settings, he still does that, but it's a lot less often. So I'm also afraid to try to come back on defense because I feel like then he won't be there on the attack. So I just have him on, you know, basic defense support. So then for the left and right center attacking mid, I have them both on the same instructions: stay forward and get into the box for crosses. Now have them on stay forward for 2 reasons. One, Son and Willian both have high work rates, so I would obviously want them to stay forward because they are more attacking, and, you know, they also have those high defensive work rates. So I want them to, you know, not really have that be affected as much, at least affect me. But another reason is because I just want more offensive, not stability, but more options. I want more attacking options, right? I already have 2 defensive mids who will be hopefully staying back, right? And also the center attacking mids have high, you know, high defensive work rates. So even though I have them on stay forward, they won't always stay forward. They will get back occasionally, but stay forward, they will hopefully stay forward more often, and then I will have more attacking options. Now I have them also on get into the box for crosses. And that's not really for that's not for actually crossing the ball, but it's more just for like, you know, if I cut inside and I do a driven pass, triple tap X or something, and, you know, just right in front of the goal, hopefully they're going to be there, right? Or also hopefully they'll be there for like a rebound or something. So, you know, that's why I have them on getting into the box or crosses, not for actually crossing the ball in with like Visor or Danny Rose or something, but specifically so then, you know, they're right in front of the goal and I can sweat it across. Or if I shoot the ball and the goalkeeper parries it, they'll be hopefully in a decent spot to just put in the rebound goal. And again, that is both for left and right center attacking mids. And then for the striker, I have him on stay central and press back line. So I have him on stay central just because, you know, I already have players who kind of act as wingers, right? The left and right center attacking mids, they basically act as wingers. They do. Like, they are a little bit more inside than some players, but there are times when I'm on the attack where they are literally hugging the sideline. They're right at the corner flag. So I want him to be central because then he, you know, if he's not, then there's going to be literally no one in the middle. So I do need him on stay central. Then for a press back line, I mean, I just do that just because honestly, a lot of other pro players do that for their strikers, just press back line, and I think it's just for added pressure, I believe. But one other thing I don't do is the attacking runs. I don't have him on target man, false nine, or getting behind. And, you know, I kind of want to try it out because it's been a while since I have, but balanced attack is something that I really, really like because they're not always sprinting forward. I felt like when, in the past at least, and this was pre-patch by the way, so again, I will have to try this out again. When I did have them on getting behind, they would be running too far forward and they would be completely taken out of the attack. So, you know, I'd be doing this build-up play with the left center attacking mid or just all these center attacking mids, the defensive mids, the defense, right? I'd be doing this nice build-up play, just kind of passing it along. And then the striker would be trying to sprint forward and then, you know, he'd be completely taken out of the attack because he would be way too far forward. So that's the reason I do have him on balanced attack. And again, I will have to try it out again on, you know, getting behind or target man or something since it is post-patch and the last time I tried it was pre-patch. But for now, I am going to keep it on balanced attack. Now onto the custom tactics. And honestly, what I've been noticing for custom tactics is that you have to figure out what your personal custom tactics are. And majority of the time, they're going to work with any formation that you do. Or they will, you know, you won't have to change them for every single formation, right? For instructions, you will have to change it because it's dependent on the formation. So you will have to change instructions every single time that you change a formation, right? The instructions are not going to be the same for a 4-2-3-1 compared to the 4-3-2-1 or the 4-3-1-2 or something like that. The instructions are going to be different. But tactics are usually going to be the same. Again, you won't have to change that because it's not dependent on the formation change. So this is what I do for my custom tactics. At least this is what I'm doing lately, and I'm pretty sure it's what I've always been doing since at least like the start of FIFA 18. The aggression is a lot higher, and I've been doing that just because I mean, you guys know me, I hate player aggression in like FIFA 16, 17, and 18. Feels like they don't go after the ball, so I just have it a lot higher than some other people. Pressure is also a little bit higher because I've noticed that, at least something that when I struggle with, is that when players are sitting back a lot, like they have, what is it, they have parked the bus, but their pressure is really high, so they have a lot of people kind of at that halfway line, maybe a little bit further back. So, you know, that's what I try to do, is I try to have a little bit of pressure on and then go defensive. Chance creation, you know, a little bit less shooting just because I want, it's not for less shooting, it's just for better shooting. That's why I have a little bit less. So they try to get in the box for a better shot. Crossing is a little bit higher, so then, you know, players get inside the box and I can sweat it across if need be. Speed a little bit higher just because I like a faster build-up play. But again, this is just personal stuff. So if you need to find like your personal tactics and do that, then see what other people are doing. But again, it's not dependent on the formation by any means. In fact, majority of the time it's not. It's, you know, it'll work for a majority of all the formations that you do. So that's probably going to be it for the instructions for the 4-2-3-1 narrow formation. Again, if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments down below and I'll try to answer them for you guys. But like I said, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been DMG. Peace.